So first thing I'm going to do is just wet the paper all over with clean water using a large 8 brush. All the equipment I'm using is in the description below the video if you want to have a butcher's. I'm just going to dip the tips in just to bring the hairs back together. Just go into raw sienna. A bit more down the bottom. And then the horizon's going to be pretty high, so I'm not going to put too much sky in. Plain brush into the ultramarine blue. And then there's going to be some water here, so I'm just going to put the reflection in while I've got the colour on the brush. And then just try and keep it a bit more interesting. I'm just going to put a bit of cloud in, so alizarin crimson, Payne's grey. Fairly strong mix. And then coming from the left. And also I'm also watching where this paint's dripping down. And just very, very lightly. It's not too bad actually, but just very lightly. Soaking it up. Now the horizon's going to be about there, so I can't come much, there's no point coming any slower than that, I don't think. Just put some little narrow ones that are going over the horizon. And there's some little simple clouds. Going back into the, I don't bother cleaning the brush, back into the raw sienna, mixing all the sky colours together, and then putting in the most distant trees. Just leaving a little gap, little white gap, just so you can see the profile. Same again on this side, just coming below. Remember, always adjust it to suit yourself, really. We're only creating an impression, remember, of what we see. So that's the most distant landing. So again, I still haven't cleaned the brush, just going into lemon yellow, just making it a bit more green. A few more trees over there. And then into the sort of greeny colours, lemon yellow, ultramarine, raw sienna. Coming down from this side. Just using the corner of the brush just to get some real random effects. So you can see how they look like the tips of trees. Even more so if we just flick in some trunks. But keep these low, don't get too high. It just looks like the bottom of the tree trunks there. And again, a few more. Well, I'm going to clean the brush now and change to a different colour just to try and keep it interesting. Raw sienna, lemon yellow. Change it again, just raw sienna this time. Lemon yellow, ultramarine. Just constantly trying to vary it, keep it interesting. Maybe even a touch of light red, burnt umber. I mean anything you like really, just you can see I'm just dipping into pretty much everything, just varying the grain as it's coming towards what will be the far bank of this bit of water we're approaching. And now, so I still haven't cleaned the brush. I want some dark greeny colour now for these trees. So lemon yellow, Payne's grey, really dark green, and these can go on the far side. Down there. again, just a few little flicks. Actually, the paper's stretched, so I'm just going to pull it tight. So it's nice and flat. Because otherwise, every time I put I mean, it's better than it was. Just a few flicks here and there. Very easy to overdo, just try and be subtle if you can. There's a few more trees. More trees on this side. I think it's sort of just so I think next I'll put the reflections in now. So I'm just wetting it with clear water, clean water. Obviously making sure that was dry first, because otherwise it'd go everywhere. And then plenty of paint, because the paper's already wet. You don't need much water on the brush. And then just pull down the reflections where the trees are. Remembering that as long as it's there or thereabouts, it doesn't have to be exact. That's about it, I think. And then dark mix, burnt umber, ultramarine, then just redo that bank on that side just to strengthen it up again. Same around here. But important, remember to keep the brush parallel to the bottom of the paper. Keep all your lines straight, because once you start doing this sort of thing, it just looks all crooked. That'll do for that. Even try repeating some of the trunks, just to try and give that extra little bit of authenticity. That'll do. Just keeping an eye on the bottom of the paper, just making sure this water doesn't start seeping all the way back up. I'm going to clean the brush. I'm just going to give this a quick dry. That'll do for that. And I've got a clean brush, lemon yellow, now on this side, land's a bit close on this side, there's a hill up here, so I'm going to, but again, just constantly trying to vary the colour. Comes over to about there. And then this land sort of I'm going to switch to the rocks. Card I do the rocks with, just a simple card. I find it easy if the corner's just slightly rounded like that, just seems to create better effects. And then, because I haven't used much water, I can just spray it. If you've used loads of water, you'd have to wait for it to dry a little bit. And then it's just a simple, just a quick spray. Big one over here. That'll do for the rocks. In fact, what I might do is I might just put a little boat here, just try and give it a focal point. So, got another couple of pieces of card. Make sure they're dry. You don't want any water on them, because otherwise it'll go onto the paper and it'll just mess it right up. Dry. I'm just going to use a rigger. Just a very, very slightly damp rigger. Pick a dark area. Obviously make sure it's all dry. And then just take the paint off with a damp brush. Just wet in, it should start to come off. Obviously remember, you don't want much water on this brush, otherwise it'll start to go everywhere. I've just got to grab my tissue. See, now that's not perfect. That was a bit too wet. I'm going to try and do a quick repair job. I'll just make sure these cards I'm going to have to make it slightly bigger now, just to try and repair it a bit before I... and give it a dab with the tissue. It's bigger than I wanted it, but never mind. Don't forget the reflection. Just a very simple little sailing boat. And all that's left to do now, sticking with the rigger, dark mix, and just pop your signature in the corner, and I'll call that one finished. So thanks for watching, keep practicing, and I'll see you again soon.